Isn't this cool? Yep, all kinds of weather and mist and waves and wind, and yet meditation's still on my mind, because eyes open meditation exists for you all the time. It doesn't matter if the situation is perfect, in your mind, but it's perfect in now. Now is the only time that matters. Now is the only time that peace exists. It doesn't exist in the future. It doesn't exist in what we remember that's now gone. It exists in the experiencing of this moment. So the more we learn to recognize this moment and return to now, be now, allow ourselves the presence now, the more we experience that connectedness and the place of non-duality, the place where judgment doesn't exist, the place where perfection is normal and natural because there's no right or wrong, good or bad. When there's no right or wrong or good or bad, there's no labeling or ownership of anything. And so perfection reigns. It just is. It's natural, because this moment is radiant and full and complete within itself, unneeding of anything. So to live in this state in daily life means you can never be overwhelmed. You can never have a problem. But you have situations, yes. So you act accordingly. My situation right now is different from yesterday's because it's raining and windy. So the situation is I put a coat on. I still want to go for a walk, so I'm outside in the weather. So you adapt to the situation, but the labeling of good or bad isn't there. Do you understand that? It's really, really interesting, because most people would say, well, there has to be a label because, that's just how life is. And I would say, well, actually, no, investigate it. And then see for yourself, what is life like when you remove the labels and you allow yourself to be present. Now, why is this important? For you to be happy, for you to live in peace, but also for you to live in clarity, because the mind is actually the thing that stops us. It might also be the thing that starts us. I want this, I need that. So you might start something. I've always wanted to, learn the piano. So you start to learn the piano. So the mind can be used as a tool, but it's also the voice that's inside of you telling you that you're too old to learn the piano. You could never learn that. It's too hard. It's too expensive. It's too, big. It's too small. That is also the mind. And so when you apply that to your daily life, it's starting to rain. When you apply that to your daily life, the amount of negative thinking or the program that stops us, that tells us we can't, we listen to that, and so we don't. It's impossible to do this, so I won't. It's impossible to do this, I won't even try, so I don't know if I can't. I just won't. And there's a huge difference there. Now, we could be talking about buying a house, learning the piano, starting a new business, going to meet friends at a party that's being hosted by someone we don't know. And if we tell ourselves we can't, then we won't. If we tell ourselves it's hard, it will probably be hard. And before we thought that thought, there was nothing. There was no good or bad. There was just the situation. So, learning to see what the mind is actually vital for your existence in human life. It's vital for your existence in just being alive and passionate and learning and growing. Otherwise, we live in a shell, or we live a part of our life. We live with regrets. I never learnt the piano. I wish I had. I wish I'd done it when I was younger. You just don't do it. And so then everything become excuses. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in regret. I don't want to live with excuses. I love life. I love adventures. I love being a student and learning. I love that growth of not knowing everything to its fullest yet. and been on the process of learning. So you have that opportunity too.